Greetings YouTubers, my name is Seth and today I'll be doing the Mage iteration for the Golden Giftbox for the month of February. Now, as you all know, this is the month in which all items from other AE games return, and according to a new update by the Hollow, who is the game's lead, it's been mentioned that these items will recur seasonally. That means they will come back every February, so in case you do miss out on an item, don't be too sad. You will always have a chance to get them next year, along with a few other items in fact. Now, coming back to the items returning, Midnight Wish is something which I believe you should definitely get in case you are an offensive mage. And most importantly is the return of the Poelala pet, which has come back due to constant suggestions by players, much like myself. So, as you can see, I'm currently taking on the Shadow Gauntlet, which basically has one heal between battles against 4 mighty shadow monsters, which are power 4, which is almost twice as strong, I think, as a normal boss. Now, I'm not really sure how the resistances of this Cyclops work, because they shift every turn depending on which element you hit it with, but I think I managed to do quite well. I had to use the heal, otherwise I'd get massacred, literally. I think that's something I might keep a lookout for the next time. Now, as you can see, I'm using both the Poelala pets, the little pink ones, and I think when you combine both of them together, that's a combined damage boost of about 2.4, 2.5 something. So basically your normal attack deals more damage than a spell of your level, and considering you're dealing more damage inside a fully offensive armor, that gets multiplied further. So if in case you want to get math, you might want to visit the comparison forum in the Battlon forums. Now, coming back to the pet, it's available from the ultra rare shop, which has a roughly 3% chance of opening, and there's the rare shop, which is 10%, so you're going to have to be incredibly lucky to get it. And even then, I personally had to spend about 10,000 tokens or so to get the pet myself. I had 15,000 and now I'm left with about 4,900. So yeah, that is a bummer, but I guess the pet is worth it, especially considering the amount of damage I'm dealing. Now, keep in mind that the numbers you see on the screen are in fact less, about 20% less than what I'm actually capable of, considering I'm using the Crystal of Restless Shadows misc, which basically cuts your damage by about 20%, but allows you to heal your HP by 25% of the damage dealt. Now, coming back, there are 2 items, actually 3 in fact, which I believe you should definitely pick up alongside Poelala. One of them resides in the actually 2 of them reside in the ultra rare shop, so that's 3 items from there. 4 in case you are the Kalundborg fan, Dage fanboy. That's one of them is the, actually both of them are items based off Dragon Fable weapons, I guess. One is the Midnight Wish Dagger, which basically increases the amount of lucky strikes that you get, so by 50%. So if the normal static percentage is about 10%, that's 1 in 10 chance, but with this weapon equipped you have a 15% chance. So that's actually, it might not seem as much, but it definitely helps, especially, well, who doesn't like lucky strikes? But you need to have a decent amount of luck to make good use of it. Otherwise you can stick to some of the other items in game, like Leah Fail, which is a water staff which heals your HP. The other item is the Atria Dream Rod. Now, this is similar, except it's got an opposite effect to the Midnight Dagger. It basically increases the damage you deal by lucky strikes by approximately 50%. So, suppose you normally do 1,000, you do 1,500. You do 2,000, 3,000. So it goes on. So if you use it with weapon-based skills, the chance of you getting a bigger hit is even more, although it doesn't alter the rate of your damage. I mean, the lucky strikes. So those are the two items from the ultra rare shop alongside Khalidborg, which, as you know, has a bleed, which is actually pretty decent. It deals about 50 to 100 damage per turn, and it can go on theoretically for the entire length of the battle. And the other item is in the rare shop, which has a 10% chance of opening up, and that is Gandolfin, which basically creates a chi shield, mana shield as a matter of fact, which with a decent amount of efficiency takes in the amount of damage you take to your HP instead to your mana points. So that's definitely helpful against big bosses, and in case you're going defensive at any point. Now, in case you're seeing the video right now, you can make out that I'm doing some pretty insane damage with a normal weapon, but it becomes even more when I use the skill. Now, keep in mind that I'm not actually trying, and well, I want to say I grow tired of this fast and see the damage. Now, this is the Atria Dream Rod. As you can see, as you will see, as a matter of fact, I'll be hitting 4 digits every single turn. Now, this is Ultimon, it's a 3-hit attack, so a fully offensive armor's damage gets divided between those 3 hits, so you've got to keep that in mind, and I'm doing some insane damage. And against Trigoris, I'll be demonstrating a pretty mediocre skill. It gets an Elecomp of about 1.6, so basically does 1.6 times the damage of a regular spell. But in this you will see perfectly well that it hits over 7,000, boosted by the double Poelala effect. And finally, this is the battle against the Galin. Now, he has 45% resistances, so basically, if you do 100 damage, he takes in 45. So it's really a pain, and most people use it to test themselves. But as you will see in the next few seconds, the amount of damage that a Tinkerer skill deals with when boosted by the Poelala. And yeah, that's about it. Those are the only items which I believe you should keep a priority on. And yeah, please don't forget to comment, subscribe, and leave what items you want to see return. Maybe we might get them next time.